I'll be able to help. I promise. Please, just let me join.
Hill, I've made my decision. It's not yet time for you to take part in this mission.
No! Papa!
O Great One, I pray to thee. Please, shelter the poor and feed the hungry. Please, guide me through this endless darkness. Who are you?
Minerva sent me to rescue you, Archon. You look weak. This stardust...
I won't take it, please. Don't worry. My body is not of importance. Did Minerva send you? Where's Andreas? Is he...
I had no choice. He'd lost his mind.
I don't blame you. I felt it long ago, but could do nothing about it. What's happening out there? Why would Minerva work with an outsider? Please, tell me everything.
I'll tell you what I know.
Thank you. And Andreas. If he's still with us, please take me to him. I beg you.
All right.
An Archon who entered politics to give a voice to the slaves. Choosing to stand with her beloved people, while the very fabric of society is torn asunder. But the Guard's swords reduced those who believed in the Saintess to nothing more than stardust. The Saintess herself became a captive in the name of upholding justice. Overly idealistic leader who would sooner or later fall victim to their own naivety.
Andreas, can you hear me?
Serene, I won't apologize for what I've done.
I know. You really do know how to make a person angry, you know? I won't forgive you this time. You killed them to feed me. Andreas, you betrayed my trust.
No matter. You lived.
By the gods. Child, thank you. And thank Minerva for all you've done.
No need to thank me. It was my objective to help you. You should rest first. You look exhausted.
No, I must go. The situation outside. I understand now. Aphis is in dire need of help. You and Minerva are the closest thing we have to hope. I'm glad. Here, I once carried this for identification, but never really had any other use for it. I'm surprised to hear it has more significance. Perhaps the gods guided me to this moment.
We should return to the shelter together.
That won't be necessary. Evangelos, perhaps you should go?
By myself? My lady, I'm the last guard captain you have left. No, I go where you go. Though it would be nice if we could lighten the workload.
I'm afraid that won't be possible. We still have a lot of work to do.
Yeah, thought as much.
Thank you for the stardust. I feel much better already.
You're welcome. What will you do next?
My relationship with the Black Streets is complicated. If the War Acts are no longer listening to reason, I have no choice but to return to the Aristoi Quarter first. I must get back in touch with some Aristoi and stabilize my situation before resuming my fight for the poor. Also,
Oh, wait. That's a lot of places.
we've been stuck here too long. It's time to get moving.
Well, all right.
Is there anything else you'd like to know? I'd be happy to help.
Почему Амандит хочет ее увидеть? Почему Амандит так хочет, рвется так тебя увидеть? До встречи с тобой я не осознавала, насколько опасен план Амандита. Мы с ним были близки. Неудивительно, что он желает меня видеть. Неудивительно, что он желает меня видеть. Но я не думаю, что подхожу для его плана, поэтому уже несколько раз ему отказывала. Однако он продолжает настаивать на встрече снова и снова, повторяя одно и то же. Это очень странно. В следующий раз у меня будет еще меньше желания дать согласие. А Медит всегда был таким? Нет. Раньше он был добр и идеалистичен. Теперь же он стал, как бы это сказать, своенравным, а от его доброты не осталось и следа. С Андерсоном тоже это случилось. Да, и не только с ним, но и двумя. Из-за проклятия многие люди... не знаю. Стали ли мы другими из-за проклятия или всему виной слишком долгая жизнь? Когда все закончится, мы найдем ответ на этот вопрос. Спросить, чем она разозлила Баард. Что ж, разлад между мной и Баардом вспыхнул еще до Астеригоса. До того, как я стала архонтом, он во всем меня поддерживал. Баард очень многим навредил. Я знаю, я ведь не настолько простодушна. Разумеется, я понимала, что он за человек. Однако Аристои даже безжалостнее него. Ты бы это поняла, если бы провела с ними больше времени. Я считаю, что ухищрение, власть имущих и открытое насилие суть одно и то же. Поэтому я не испытываю укоров совести, когда использовала Баарда. Поэтому вы и рассолились. Истинная причина кроется в том, что после Астеригоса я не поддерживала его и заняла сторону Авменида. Баард посчитал, что я предала нашу дружбу, с тех пор его люди стали за мной охотиться. Спросить, почему она не хочет идти в укрытие. Между вами и с ними нервы что-то произошло? Мне нравится твое прямодушие. Я была отрезана от внешнего мира слишком долго. Сначала я бы хотела увидеть Афес. Мне нужно многое сделать, ведь я, наконец, свободна. Ты ничего не боишься? В районе Аристоев для меня будет немного безопаснее. Еще не поздно объединить с ними усилия. Думаю, Минерва со мной согласится. Но я бы хотела поддерживать с ней связь. И с тобой. Со мной? Ее готовность работать с чужеземкой свидетельствует о том, что она изменилась к лучшему, разумеется. А раньше она была вредной? Нет, я имела в виду не то.
About Andreas. It wasn't your fault.
No, I chose him as my guard captain and trusted him over everyone else. I can't escape blame. He always shone a light on my mistakes, bluntly, and I needed someone like that. Because of that, I ignored his innate cruelness.
You knew?
They called him the Butcher of the Saintess. I should have recognized what that meant. He was my blade, but his knife was also pointed at me. That's the inescapable truth.
Is there anything else I can help you with?
You want to help me?
I don't think you're a bad person, and you're looking to correct your mistakes. I'd like to help.
All right, let me think. I need to distribute the remaining supplies at the temple to the people of the Black Streets. There's a War Axe member by the name of Skultora at the border between the Black Streets and the outskirts who can help. The hunters in the swamp need supplies as well. Would you be willing to deliver them?
Of course.
Thank you. For Evangelos' sake as well. He looks exhausted.
What are you planning to do now?
I wish to help the adherents, as a favor to Minerva. I'm sure nearly everyone thinks I'm dead, or has lost faith in me. Thanks to Minerva, I might be able to convince the Aristoid to help the poor in the Black Streets again.
I don't understand. What does that have to do with Minerva?
If the adherents can really help free people from the curse, then that means Aphis will require more manpower again. Because of this, I can convince the Aristoi and citizenry to value the people of the Black Streets again, and see them as more than just tools.
I can help with that.
Have you been to Argus Plaza before?
Not yet.
Let me know if you'll be going there. I'll see then if there's anything you can do.
What are you planning to do now?
I wish to help the adherents, as a favor to
I can help with that.
Have you been?
Not yet.
Let me know. I'll see. For the
Everyone
people.
calls you the Saintess. But after talking to you, you're more interesting than I'd expected for someone with a name like that.
I never thought of myself as a good person, and I don't judge things as good or bad. If I don't dirty my hands, how can I help create a clean world for future generations?
A sentiment shared by a certain dangerous individual.
Petrius? Indeed, but there's a key difference between us. I'm always questioning myself as to whether I've made the right choice. I have regrets, I hesitate, and sometimes I'm afraid. I hope there are more beacons of light out there like you. It doesn't even matter if I'm criticized for my actions. Only then can I be sure that the world is changing for the better.
Well, Andreas is dead. You must be a fierce warrior. I know I couldn't take you, so thankfully you're on our side. I want to go to the ocean.
Maybe I should bring this back to Minerva first.
Is Serene really there? They're lucky to be alive. The gods of stars truly blessed them. I can understand why she has no intention of coming to the shelter. After being locked up for so long, she could never stay put.
I agree. I think she's very strong.
Strong? Just bold, I imagine. Which is better, really. I don't want to be the one to comfort her.
Можно вопрос? Вы с Сиреной что-то не поделили или мне просто так кажется? Ох, люблю я вас, детей. Вы всегда говорите, не подумав. Видишь ли, о таком напрямую не спрашивают. Сирену называют преподобной, но она далеко не святая. Она всего лишь полезный инструмент. Не понимаю, за что люди ее так боготворят. Какие люди? Неважно, я не в их числе. У нас с Еленой были разногласия. Полагаю, она осознает, что ошибалась. Вполне естественно, если укрытие она не покажется. Но не то, чтобы я недолюбила Сирену, я просто не знаю, как вести себя рядом с ней. Но мне больше нельзя упрямиться. Я ведь приняла тебя, разумеется, я постараюсь принять и Сирену. Ну, со мной ты ведешь себя свободно.
Saving Serene meant a lot to both her and me. If we can work together and join forces, it would be best for both sides. I believe she's thinking the same.
Maybe that's why she didn't come to the shelter. Maybe she wanted to do something.
I know. I just don't want to admit it.
It's different. Good, even.
Shouldn't you be preparing for your next mission? Hilda? Time is of the essence.
This whole situation is infuriating. So many good soldiers. It's difficult not to feel sympathy for Serene's decision. I know she wanted to help the people of the Black Streets, but did she overestimate her abilities? As for Andreas, his ending was exactly like I expected. Too bad I didn't get to see it in person. You did well. He should have paid for his actions long ago.
I'll see you later.
One moment. You fought Andreas. What did you think of him?
He was a tough opponent, and I felt a lot of pressure when he was talking.
He was really annoying, wasn't he?
Did I say that?
Back in Fallon Academy, you might have observed the reason behind the conflict between Andreas and me. He always talked in the most insulting, humiliating way. I warned him so many times that his behavior had a bad influence on the discipline and loyalty of the soldiers. But in the end, I was the one that was punished.
What happened?
I was in command of the escort squad. But things went south, and I was forced to make some difficult decisions. Andreas had no honor or shame. He asked me to abandon the soldiers who fell behind and use them as bait instead.
Oh, that's totally something he would do.
I refused and made my decision based on what the Academy taught. The result was unsatisfactory. It took me a long time to regain my position after being demoted, yet Andreas kept rising through the ranks. After that, he kept criticizing and victimizing me in order to climb higher, all so he could become Serene's guard. It's hard for me to accept that the Archon wasn't involved.
If I were you, I'd be questioning it too. Thanks for sharing that with me.
It's nothing. I'm only saying it now because I feel it's time to let it go. I've found my home, and I've pledged my loyalty to the mistress. We are all striving to do the right thing. I should feel pride, I know. Thank you, Hilda. Yes?
Bion, I found this at the entrance to the temple pass in the sunken outskirts.
Vangelis's dog tag. They finally reunited among the stars.
They were good friends?
More than that, they were inseparable. If Odysseus was a man of principle, Vangelis could be described as both boring and stubborn. Their differences were a constant source of arguments. Many times, I thought their friendship was surely over, but the next day, I'd see them in the tavern together.
That sounds so sweet. They were true brothers.
Yes, it was interesting at first. The others loved to joke about them. But after seeing them for so long, I wish they could have taken a step back sometimes. Perhaps then they would have bickered less.
It couldn't have been easy for you.
There were a lot of soldiers more difficult than them. I worried too much. I just felt bad for them. If they hadn't joined Andreas, things would have been much easier for them. I warned them long ago to stay away from him. Even if they admired Serene, there were other options.
What was that?
Oh, nothing. Just complaining, I suppose. The glory of the three.
They had been trapped there for too long. No wonder they were so miserable. If Serene couldn't even handle the war axe, what was the point of her political career?
Didn't she become an Archon to help the poor?
Then she has a lot to make up for. If she had left earlier, she would not be struggling so badly now. I don't think she'll succeed in the end. It's impossible for her to regain the trust of the Aristoi. In fact, I hope the mistress stays far away from her, so as not to increase the pressure on the adherents.
That's very sad to hear.
I feel sad for you, child. You are as naive as her. Have you ever thought that your sympathy may have given Serene false hope?
Wow, I'm surprised. Serene made it. How did she do it? I wouldn't have been able to if it was me. Do you think she'll be all right back in the Aristoi quarter? Of course not. Are you kidding? She wasted her position for so long. But I'm actually starting to admire her for trying so hard. Just a tiny little bit. What do you think? Come to chat when you have time.
What surprises me most is that Serene hasn't changed one bit. Even after everything she went through, her will is as strong as ever. She may not succeed, but I admire her determination.
So do I.
I'm listening. May the three bless you.
I've heard what you accomplished in the sunken outskirts. Truly remarkable.
Stop flattering me. What are you plotting now?
Friend, don't be so harsh. I was just feeling nostalgic. I remember all the prosperous farms and the Quintus storage warehouse.
Are you trying to get me to run another errand?
I do wish you could assist me in this matter, but alas, this time you cannot.
Ugh, not again.
No, this warehouse was destroyed. All my goods are gone. I was just thinking, had you come to Afes earlier, maybe my warehouse would have survived.
Sorry to hear that, but I can't fix everything for you.
Even so, you will always be a hero to me. I look forward to your next visit, friend.
Sweetie, you just did something great again! Rescuing Serene was a big deal! She's a beacon of hope to so many people.
Oh? I didn't expect you to have such a positive opinion of her.
It's because she's always looking out for the poor in Afes. Hey, sweetie, what's up? Thank you.